Good morning. Well, at least it's morning at the time of the filming of this video, and today I am off to check out the new superhero movie, Blue Beetle. So, what is Blue Beetle about? Blue Beetle tells a story of a young man who comes across this scarab beetle thing that ends up being some kind of alien super suit. It fuses with him and then becomes kind of like a parasite, and it gives him the ability to do pretty much whatever he can think of as a weapon or a way to defend himself or something like that. So the creature lives in him, communicates with him through his brain and such. So this looks like it's going to be a really fun movie, and Warner Brothers has said that this is the film that's going to be the beginning of the new DC film universe. So I'm pretty stoked about this. Now, I have enjoyed pretty much a good deal of the old, I should say a good deal, not all, but a good deal of the old DC Universe films, DCEU, so I'm looking forward to see, where this is going to go. And I'm curious to how this affects Aquaman 2 moving forward, because I don't mind if Jason Momoa stays Aquaman. I really like him as Aquaman, but I've heard rumors that James Gunn wants him to play Lobo, and I'm like, dude, please let Jason Momoa play Lobo. That would be so dope. Anyways, I'm talking about Blue Beetle, aren't I? Damn, I got off subject. Well, this is not the Blue Beetle that I'm used to. I grew up with Ted Kord as Blue Beetle. Now, he was more of like a Batman-esque kind of character. He had a lot of gadgets, a lot of tech, although he didn't really do a lot of the martial arts like Batman. He was more of a science guy. So I'm really curious to where this new iteration of the character goes, because I'm not really familiar with this new Blue Beetle. I became familiar with the character back when, Batman Brave and the Bold, I think was the first time I saw this character, or my kids were watching it, and I'm like, who's the blue dude? So yeah, that's pretty much how I found out about him, was through Batman Brave and the Bold. Oh, and the villain in this film, it's actually an old school villain from Blue Beetle's past. I think actually going back to the original Blue Beetle from 1939, I believe his name was Garrett something. Oh well, anyways, the name of the villain is Carpax. Carpax. Yes, anyways, Carpax the Invincible Man. And in the comic books, he's a guy who his, spirit, something, I guess you could say spirit, gets sucked into the body of an indestructible robot. He's kind of like a juggernaut of the DC universe is the best way to explain him. So that's who Blue Beetle is going up against. So you know what? I have got a big day ahead of me, so I got to get out the door because I got to go see Blue Beetle. Welcome back, just getting home, and you know what guys, this was a really fun movie from beginning to end, and in fact, if this is the way they're going to kick off this new DC universe, guys, I am on board. But there are some things that I'm going to nitpick just a little bit. Okay, so let's get this started, shall we? Let's do the negatives first, and then move into the positives to end the video on the ever so important high note. Really, the only problem that this film has, and it's not really even a problem, is it is a superhero origin film, and at this point, we have definitely been there, done that with this type of movie. It hits all of the tropes and all of the beats of a normal #1 superhero movie. Also, the villain in this film is pretty bland, been there, done that kind of villain. There are some positives to him, which I will get to, but all in all, the only purpose that this villain serves is to give our hero some kind of closure ending and a big fight to show that they've learned how to use their abilities. this movie focuses mostly on our hero and his family, and that is actually where this movie shines. So now we're moving into the positives. Right out the gate, the cast and the family aspect of this film really makes this movie set aside from any other superhero movie out there. Shazam almost got it right, but unfortunately the follow-up film, they kind of forgot about the fact that the family being a core of the film, and they moved on to some other things. This, however, by bringing each one of these family members into the fold and each of them having their own purpose to serve in this, really made this film a lot more relatable to its audience. Our character seemed more human because he had all of these family members that we could relate to, that remind us of the people that we know. So that was what really makes this movie shine a lot more than a lot of those superhero movie first ones, I guess you could say, the origin films out there, is by bringing in these other characters that really help shape our main character and show that his focus isn't just like, I'm a superhero. There's a lot more to it than that. The CGI in this film, I was getting to it. I know it's a superhero movie and you want to hear, it's solid. It's really well done. It was a great blend of both practical and CGI. Everything in this film looks good. There is one fight scene in particular that it was so cool to watch. It was so well done, so well shot. Everything was it just looked great. You had a really good soundtrack playing in the background. Got to hear some Cypress Hill, Ain't Going Out Like That. It really put you into that scene. Loved it. So the CGI, the action, totally on point. Story is a little been there, done that before, but because of the family aspect of this film, it really helps make this one set aside from anything else that you are going to find out there. So yes, like I said, if this is the way that the DC Universe is headed, for God's sakes, James Gunn, keep this going because you're on the right track. This is how you do a good, solid superhero film. Well, guys, that's all I have for you. This is a solid one. Get out there and see it in theaters. I did go see it in what's called the AMC Dolby Theater. So I had the big sound system in there, huge screen, 4K resolution, all that cool stuff. This is definitely one of those movies that you want to see on a screen like that because it looks so damn good. All right, well, that's all I have for you today, guys. Thanks again for checking out The Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.